Good afternoon, St Anthony's. It is Sunday the 7th of July and I'm not quite sure why, but it's been a fortnight since I've done my last update video, so apologies for that. Hope everybody is okay, hope all the families out there are doing well. It's lovely to hear from you and to see some of you being able to pop into school and catch up and collect your fantastic Friday chocolate and so on and so forth. Still not back at school, and who knows if there's going to be a delay, bearing in mind that the R figure in the northwest has risen above 0. So we have our plans in place for year 10, which I'll come back to in a minute, but in the meantime, Key Stage 3, just hang on in there. We've had quite a few requests from year 7 students and their parents for CGP workbooks and study guides, because they are now maybe struggling, a bit fatigued possibly with the online working. So obviously we'll consider any requests along those lines. But year 7, year 8, just hang on in there. You know, your teachers are working really hard to provide you with high quality engaging tasks so that you are well prepared when you come back to us. So please do just hang on in there and keep going with that. Year 9, slight change for you. You have taken your options. There was a letter on the website from Mr. Giblin towards the end of last week. I'm going to sort of slightly change it with regards to our expectation of you regarding doing work in subjects that you have not opted for. So you need to continue to keep working in your core subjects. So English, Maths, Science, RE, you must continue to work in those subjects. But if, for example, you haven't chosen geography next year, geography is now optional. The work that Mr. Kearney is setting is now optional for you. If you have chosen geography next year, the work is not optional for you. You need to continue working with that. So you continue working on the subjects that you have opted for next year. So that applies to year 9. Year 10, you're the year group that everybody's talking about at the moment. I have now got all the confirmed names of the students who wish to come back to us, and letters will go out at the beginning of next week as to what we start to do next. Some authorities have made a request to schools not to reopen or readmit more students now that the R figure has gone back up over 1. Trafford are meeting on Monday, so I won't send out any letters until we hear from them, but we weren't going to be having you back in until the week after next anyway for an induction day, and then the week after that for your days in school. So we just have to keep on top of the guidance, watch this space. Letters will come out confirming sort of everything that you need to know. But from a uniform, just for planning ahead point of view, and a few parents have queried this, you know, uniform, grown out of uniform, don't want to buy a new uniform before September, which is absolutely understandable. Trafford guidance is actually that when children return to school, they don't wear school uniform for ease of washing, being able to change clothes quicker, etc. So including those in our key group who have always been coming into school, there is no longer a requirement that you wear school uniform, but please do dress appropriately. Leisure wear, you know, jogging bottoms or whatever, your school PE kit, absolutely fine. You know, that's probably a very sensible thing to wear on most days to school. No jewellery, still health and safety wise, etc, etc. So sort of normal dress code, but you don't have to wear your uniform any longer. So anything else I wanted to support? Some very important stuff. I haven't spoken to you since the tragic death of George Floyd in America, and obviously there is an awful lot on social media, an awful lot on traditional media, an awful lot everywhere, as people debate lots of things and talk about lots of things, etc. I don't want to remain silent on it. We shouldn't be remaining silent on it. but at the same time I don't want to jump in and make some decisions or do anything that mightn't be the best thing for us all as a school, the best thing for us as a society. But two things I think we should do and we can do while we're still in lockdown. One, I think the most important thing that is going to come out of all of this is the need for us all to educate ourselves better on certain aspects. And with that in mind, Mrs. Smith over the next couple of days is going to source a lot of books aimed at anti-racism, and we will make sure that we have all of those available in the school reading room, reading area, which has changed a little bit. We're taking over the atrium down in technology, so I think you'll be quite impressed when you see that when you come back to school. But we're going to purchase lots of books. If you have any ideas about the books we should be purchasing, if there are books that you have read that you think it's important that we stock in school, please send me an email, f.wright@st-anthonys.com, and we will get those books sorted in school. But another thing is that I have been increasingly aware since we've been in lockdown at the talent, the artistic and creative talent of many of our students. And I think students have surprised themselves. They've definitely surprised Mr. Rees in some cases with how wonderful their artwork has been. And what I want to do, two elements to it really. I do think that we could have some sort of artistic celebration is the wrong word, some display of some sort linked in with the Black Lives Matter movement, with George Floyd. If anybody would like to volunteer their time, if anybody would like to produce some artwork, there is some space in the atrium. The walls of the atrium at the moment are now bare. They would be a fantastic base to have some artwork displayed. So either if you'd like to come into school socially distanced, there was a beautiful picture that I saw on social media yesterday of sort of two hands in a heart shape. Nathan, can't think what his surname was, there's the artist. It was fantastic. If you'd like to get involved in something like that, or just produce a piece of artwork at home and send it into school, we would really like that. But it doesn't have to be about the movement, it doesn't have to be about George Floyd. If you've got any artwork that you've done over the lockdown period that you'd like displayed in school, please send a photograph of it in to me, but bring the original in at your earliest opportunity, and we will get a big display done. Going back to from a work point of view, please, if you have got work at home that you've completed, try and get it to your teachers, either by photographing it and emailing it, or photographing it and sending in by Show My Homework. If you've got difficulty logging on to any of the different websites, etc., that you've been asked to use, so Show My Homework, Google Classrooms, Maths Watch, anything along those lines, tell us. Okay, we're not mind readers, so tell us you can't log on. You can email, somebody can email us, and we will get that sorted out very quickly. With regards to the charity work that has been going on while we've been in lockdown, the Bees and the Rainbows have made over £1,500, which is amazing. So we've already bought 4 convertible benches, picnic tables for Trafford General. That was what they requested. We've still got about another £550 that they are now deciding what to spend that on. Then we've sent loads of cakes into them, and cakes for other key workers. So we're very proud of all the money that's been raised for them and for our key workers. Year 11, almost forgot about you. All the work's been done now in school with regards to your grades. I know it's a very bizarre situation, and you probably feel like you haven't got much control over it, but just remember, we've taken into consideration everything we know about you, everything. So you have got control, you did have control. This is not this is using all the information we know about you, all the work that you've done, or the effort that you've put in, and so on and so forth. All of that has to be input by, I think, the end of this week, the 12th. I think we have to have all that put in. but we have rigorously checked it, we've verified it, we've made sure that we are happy with the grades that we're submitting and that they are reflective of the grade that we believe you would have got had you been able to sit the exams this year. What happens after that, results days, etc., is still not particularly clear, but what I would say in the meantime, it is getting closer and closer to you going to college. So make sure, please, that you are doing that transition work. The Loreto College transition work was great. It doesn't matter if you're not going to Loreto, you know, have a look at the transition work from Loreto that Mrs. Doherty sent out to you, and you know, have a look online at the college that you are hoping to go to, because they probably got transition work on there as well. With regards to Mrs. Doherty's request, I know she has requested that you contribute to a virtual yearbook. So if you haven't done that already, get that into her, because it would be great to have sort of a virtual yearbook that you could use, and not use, you could refer back to and have as part of your memories of school. We update the website all the time. Mrs. Rothwell, my PA, does a wonderful job of doing that. We update Facebook all the time, so please just keep aware of everything that's going on in and out of school by monitoring Facebook and monitoring the website, and obviously just keep in touch with us, okay? We really are missing you, and we're looking forward to having, hopefully, an increased number of year 10s back in the next couple of weeks, all being well. And then who knows what's going to happen before the summer, who knows what's going to happen after the summer. But as soon as I know something, I'll make sure I tell you. Okay, so take care of yourselves, take care of each other.